So traditionally, cacao comes from Central and South America. That's where it's been for millennia, and that's also where it's been farmed for millennia. So when early Europeans came to the continent and saw the potential of cacao, they started bringing it to closer to Europe, so in Africa. So they've got a really strong colonial history with it, which is not all great, but also continuing on today because the commodity prices are so low, and it's almost impossible to farm and make a living with those kind of rates. So what happens is there's a lot of illegal farming, like they just go into a nature reserve, cut it down and put cacao trees there. Also the workers, there's some really horrendous things. There's about like over 1.5 million child slaves in the Ivory Coast and in Ghana. And yeah, I'm just not okay with that for just a bit of chocolate here. That's just ridiculous. I mean, there's a lot of great projects there as well, where they're working with small communities and things like that. But the majority of it, for that sort of pricing, and you can see that price, this is what's happening. So to do it ethically, we work a lot more direct with the farmers. So with Penny Cacao in Belize, where it's much more working with local community, where it's working with the Arhuaco community or with the Guatemalan communities. They get a really fair price, which is sometimes double from what the normal farm gate price would be. The great thing is, like, if you want the cheapest, you will get the cheapest. So you'll get rocks and feathers and stones and sticks and everything else in a bag of cacao. So we would need to hand sort it anyway. Often the fermentation process, because they fermented at the farm, that's really where a lot of quality of the cacao has been put in. So if you have a farmer that takes real pride and care and time for that process, and you pay him really well for that, you get a lot better beans. Whereas in Africa, often they're not even fermented. They're just out of the pulp, straight dried, and in a bag and onto the massive heap, and to Europe. So we're hoping that people are trying this and tasting, wow, this is very different from what I normally have. And it's because there's so much time, care, and yes, money has gone into it, and we make I think superior quality chocolate that way. So
it's not like you've just decided that I'm going to charge a little bit more for this because I feel like it's
no.
It's there's actually a method to it, and there's genuine value in the product.
An ethical reasoning.
No, exactly. So it's also, of course, scale. Like I buy my cacao for let's say £8 a kilo, my cacao beans for £8 a kilo. So I only buy like a few bags instead of a container load. So it will cost me more expensive to ship it. Also, we make small batches of them, so I can put real care in them. So they're batches of like 100 bars, 150 bars at a time. So also, I get smaller quantities in packaging. So larger factories will get theirs printed in China, maybe for half a penny a piece. We get them printed here locally, and then they're a lot more than that, I can tell you that. So it's also about scale. That's also why it's all a bit more expensive, of course.
Oh, no, I think.
But people that try it and come back to it, they are absolutely fine with that.
Well, they come back to it.
Yeah, if you want to have a drink, and you can go to the 1.5 litre, £2 cider from your local shop.
No,
exactly.
I'm not a fan.
Or you can say, you know what, I'm just going to the local wine shop, or I'll go here and I'll grab a 16 pounds, 12, 16 or 20 pounds. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but then I really get to enjoy it.